ever have one of those moments, like, that could have been me? That's
Mm.
kind of how this whole depth dive into Palpable Voice kicks off.
Okay.
And it really makes you think about AI in a different way.
Uh-huh.
So we're diving into the world of Florentine Fisher. She's American, an AI expert
Okay.
living in London,
Right.
and she's about to get on this train at Castle Cary Station when, bam, explosion rocks the platform.
Wow.
Now imagine for a second you had to make a last-minute change of plans, like a detour that saved your life.
Oh, wow.
That's Florentine. But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
A journalist, right?
Yeah.
Starts digging into this whole explosion thing.
Uh-huh.
And he connects it to Florentine's work with AI. So suddenly, she's not just an expert, she's a person of interest
Right. Yeah.
in the public eye. It's a bit much,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What's so fascinating about this is it's like this fictional scenario.
Yeah.
It kind of mirrors our real-world anxieties about AI,
Great.
you know?
Yeah.
This journalist,
Yeah.
he's hungry for a story.
Right.
So he taps into those existing fears
Mhm.
and paints Florentine as a symbol of, like, the technological elite.
Right, right.
You
His
know?
whole haves and have-nots.
Exactly. She's a target for those who feel left behind.
It's almost like he's pushing everyone toward that us versus them thing.
Absolutely.
And this is where Florentine's research becomes really relevant, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. The novel uses this near-death experience
Yeah.
to introduce this thing she's working on,
Mm-hmm.
the unity-disunity model.
Okay.
It's a framework for understanding how societies
Okay.
shift between these two, like, fundamental states.
Right.
Remember that journalist trying to stir up all that fear and division?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Prime example of a force pushing society towards disunity.
Oh, wow. So this unity-disunity model,
Right.
what does it actually tell us?
Okay, so
Yeah.
think of it like a pendulum, right?
Like a-
Swinging back and forth.
Okay.
One side, you've got unity,
Right.
everyone working together,
Yeah.
common goal.
Right.
Like imagine like a flock of birds
Okay.
all moving as one
You're right.
to like avoid a predator or something.
To avoid getting eaten. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's unity.
Right.
When there's like a shared threat and it brings everyone together.
Yeah.
On the other side of the pendulum, you've got disunity,
Okay.
where people are more specialized,
Okay.
focused on their own thing.
Right. So not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all.
We need people to be specialized.
Exactly. That's how we get stuff done.
Yeah.
Think about like Adam Smith, right?
Right.
Division of labor.
Yeah. Right.
When people specialize,
Yeah.
it's more efficient.
Right.
We make progress.
Yeah.
But like anything, too much of one or the other,
Right. Yeah.
it's not good.
It's about balance, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too much unity, you risk, stifling things.
Right.
No innovation, people can't be individuals.
Right.
Too much disunity, and you lose that sense of purpose. Like,
That togetherness.
exactly. We're all in this together.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And going back to Florentine's story, right?
Yeah.
That journalist pushing that narrative, all that fear-mongering about AI,
Right.
he's pushing that pendulum.
Towards disunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Playing on people's anxieties.
It's scary how real that is.
It is.
Like outside of the book.
Oh, absolutely. And what's so interesting is Florentine's work.
Yeah.
It's not just in this thriller.
Right.
She's presenting this stuff all over, like Germany, Australia,
Wow.
Indonesia, everywhere.
Wow.
Clearly, this idea of unity and disunity really resonates with people.
It's a human thing, I guess.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, where are we on that pendulum?
Right.
Like, right now,
Yeah.
are we swinging towards unity or disunity?
It's a good question, and especially as AI becomes more and more a part of our lives.
Exactly. And speaking of AI,
Yeah.
that brings us to Florentine's research on AI as a forever mentor.
What does that even mean?
Right.
So AI could help us see the patterns in society and maybe even anticipate those swings
Right.
between unity and disunity before they even happen.
Exactly.
That's kind of wild when you think about it.
Florentine believes that
Yeah.
AI could be like an early warning system, right?
Yeah.
Helping us,
Yeah.
steer clear of problems
Right.
and then also see those opportunities to work together.
Right. Right.
And it's not about replacing us.
right.
It's about like
Yeah.
having more information so we can make better decisions.
It's like having a mentor or something who's
Yeah.
always thinking about the big picture.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, but what would that even look like?
Well, imagine
Yeah.
using AI to look at what's trending online
Okay.
and spot those things that could lead to conflict.
Wow.
Or like using it to see how new policies
Right.
would impact different groups.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the possibilities are huge.
So, and this is for you listening, right? If AI can do all this, like process information, see patterns, what role are you going to give it in your life?
Right, right.
It's a big question for all of us, I think.
It is.
Are we going to embrace AI?
Yeah.
Use it to navigate this crazy world?
And the thing is, it's not some far-off thing.
Great.
It's already here.
Right.
And like we've been talking about with Florentine and her research,
Yeah.
it's not enough to just think about AI on its own.
Mm-hmm.
We need to think about how it impacts society.
Yeah.
You know,
It's all connected.
exactly. If we want to create a future where technology helps us and doesn't, go the other way.
And that's what I love about this book and this deep dive. We haven't just explored this thriller.
Right.
We've actually unpacked this whole framework for understanding what AI means, not just in the book, but in the real world.
Absolutely.
So next time you see something about AI, remember Florentine,
Right.
remember that unity-disunity model,
Yeah.
and ask yourself, what role do I want to play in all of this?
That's a big question.
It is. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.